The guy flew for the first time, and got bumped straight to first class. He didn't even get a chance to enjoy it. When the plane suddenly shook hard, he thought it was just normal turbulence. But then all the lights went out. The confident woman next to him instinctively grabbed his hand, and didn't let go. That feeling completely froze him. He subconsciously held her tighter too. She was exactly his type, but he never had the courage to speak up. Until the plane landed safely, she packed up and got ready to leave. That's when he finally built up the courage. But when the words reached his lips, he still couldn't say it right. He could only watch her walk away. Then, he suddenly noticed a USB drive on the ground. She had dropped it. He quickly picked it up, and tried to chase her to return it, but got stuck in his seatbelt. By the time he got free and ran out, it was too late. All he saw was a black car, driving her away. In that moment, he felt nothing but regret. But he didn't know, their story had already begun. Alice is a magazine editor. She's highly capable, and very decisive, but she comes off serious, and dresses a bit old-fashioned. Her co-workers act polite to her face, but gossip behind her back, saying she's hard to get along with. She doesn't care about that. She's a single mom, just trying to do her job well, and get promoted to editor-in-chief, to make life more stable. But reality hits hard. The editor-in-chief position goes to her rival. She can't understand it at all. In terms of experience and ability, she's clearly the better choice. But the boss says, her rival is more outgoing, better with people, and fits the company's direction more. She doesn't argue, and keeps all her frustration inside. That night she works late, trying to bury her emotions in work. But it only gets worse. She realizes her USB drive is missing. Then it hits her. She probably left it on the plane. Just when she's feeling annoyed, she sees a note on her desk, saying someone came by looking for her, and left a number. She calls immediately. The guy on the other end is at a bar with friends. She asks for the address, and takes a cab right away. When she arrives, he brings her into the bar, and tries to introduce his friends, even suggests grabbing a drink together, but she turns him down right away. She just wants her USB back, and to get back to work. Under her urging, he walks her out, moving quickly, but clearly a bit happy. He stops by the roadside, next to a pink scooter. She's hesitant at first, but doesn't have time to think, so she puts on the helmet, but she can't fasten it, so he steps in to help. She doesn't pull away. At that moment, a coworker snaps a photo. From the angle, it looks like they're kissing, and instantly turns into gossip. When they get to his place, they run into his dad on a date. Even more awkward, the woman is his former classmate. The situation gets super uncomfortable. After she gets the USB, she immediately prepares to leave. He follows her out, and asks her for coffee, but she turns him down again. He stands there stunned, watching her walk away. All his expectations vanish in an instant. The next day, she goes to work as usual, but something feels off. Her co-workers start acting weird around her, giving her strange looks. She has no idea what's going on, until her assistant shows her a tablet. That kissing photo from yesterday has already spread everywhere. Worried it might affect her promotion, she rushes to explain to her boss. But her boss's reaction is oddly different. She's caught off guard. She knows very well, in the workplace, explanations don't always help. That night at home, she plays music alone, and starts reflecting on her past. A failed marriage made her very cautious, plus raising a child alone. She values stability even more. Over time, she stopped believing in love, and didn't want to take risks anymore. She built walls around herself, not letting anyone get close, not even allowing herself to feel anything. With that thought, she opens her closet, like she's becoming someone new. The next day, she wears heels, a fitted dress, and lets her hair down. Her whole vibe changes. She goes straight to his school, and instantly becomes the center of attention. Everyone is staring at her. When he sees her, he's completely stunned. Never expected her to show up like this. She walks around campus with him, like she's stepping into his world. Before they part, she invites him to an exhibit. He agrees immediately. She chose this setting, because co-workers might be there. She wants to make things look official. But for him, he's just happy to be with someone he likes. At the exhibit, she introduces him to her co-workers, then chats while waiting for her boss. Her intentions are quickly noticed by her rival. Not wanting to be exposed, she signals them to stay quiet, and then leaves with him. Just as they reach the street, she gets a call. He steps aside, and even blocks the wind for her. The call is actually from her family, pushing her to go on a blind date. She doesn't tell the truth, just makes up an excuse, saying she needs to go home. He believes her completely, and helps her hail a cab, moving efficiently, suddenly seeming very reliable. She looks at him, feeling a slight shift in her heart. Back home, her blind date is already waiting. He's a great match on paper, and doesn't mind that she has a child. Her family keeps encouraging it. The atmosphere seems nice, but she has zero interest, and acts very distant. It ends awkwardly, and she feels nothing. Instead, she keeps thinking about how easy it feels to be with him. After that, she starts seeing him more often, gradually getting used to sitting on the back of his scooter, feeling the wind. Her face calm, but her heart warm. She even brings him to important events, like a fashion show. Her boss is there, along with key clients. She reminds him beforehand not to mess things up. But when a model falls, and no one helps, he rushes forward to help her up. He ends up standing on stage, a bit lost. But surprisingly, no one blames him. In fact, people like him even more. At the afterparty, her boss even asks about their relationship. To prove she's changed, she pulls him into a dance. It's bold, almost like a performance, but also a little real. Afterward, he still rides her home. This time, he gathers the courage to hold her hand, but she pulls away immediately. Not because she dislikes him, but because she's afraid. They're too different, like from two separate worlds. He just smiles and says goodbye, watching her walk away under the streetlight. After she's gone, he regrets it and runs back to ring her doorbell. This time, she doesn't turn him away. Their relationship finally takes a step forward. That night, they let go of their doubts. The next morning, she urgently wakes him up, telling him to leave quickly, because her family is coming back. She's not ready to explain. He doesn't ask questions, and just leaves. Before he goes, she gives him a kiss. As a kind of apology, he's overjoyed, completely lost in the sweetness of it. On her way home from work, she sees a sign on a tree, and follows it, finding a letter on a bench. Inside is a recorder. She puts on the headphones, and listens. It's his confession, asking to meet her alone, not wanting to keep pretending in public. She doesn't hesitate, and goes to find him. She gets on that familiar scooter, wraps her arms around his waist, and they ride through the night. In that moment, she starts letting go of her fears. The distance between them doesn't seem so important anymore. That night, they don't go anywhere special. They just stay together, and make things official. After that, her work improves. Her ideas become bolder, and she gradually gains the upper hand. Her boss starts seeing her differently. Everything seems to be getting better, but the turning point comes quickly. During a date, he seriously expresses his feelings, but she starts to pull back. She knows clearly, she has a child, and responsibilities, while he's still too young to handle all that. She speaks bluntly. He's left speechless. Cracks begin to form in their relationship. In the end, she chooses to leave. He completely falls apart, stays home all day, drinks to pass the time, feels like he's not mature enough, can't give her the security she wants. He becomes completely lost. Meanwhile, her work also starts falling apart. A major client comes to review a project. Everything goes fine at first, but when choosing the cover model, nothing feels right. Just as things get stuck, the client sees a photo on her computer. It's him helping someone at the fashion show. They immediately want him. She instinctively tries to refuse, but her boss already agrees, and puts pressure on her. If she can't get him, she's out. She has no choice but to go find him. When they meet again, it's awkward, like strangers, but he still agrees to help. On the day of the shoot, something goes wrong. During a casual conversation, a coworker lets it slip that she only got close to him for the promotion. He understands instantly. Everything before wasn't just pure feelings. He had been used. All those memories suddenly feel different, but he doesn't lash out. Instead, he kisses her in front of everyone. That kiss feels more like an outburst than affection. During the shoot, he keeps his emotions bottled up. The photographer keeps pushing him. He finally snaps, refuses to continue, and walks away. He even accidentally falls into the water. She runs after him, trying to comfort him, but everything she says still revolves around work. At that moment, he's completely disappointed. He says nothing, and just leaves. She stands there, feeling conflicted. Worse still, she ends up losing her job. Her career is gone. Her relationship is gone. She hits rock bottom, sitting on a bench. She listens to the recording again. His voice is gentle. That's when she realizes she's already fallen in love with him. All her worries suddenly don't seem so important anymore. She decides to find him. This time, she won't run. She rushes to his school, bursts into a classroom, and gets mistaken for a substitute teacher. She stands at the front, unable to say a word, until she sees him. Then she finally gathers the courage, walks up to him. Without explaining anything, she kisses him, giving him her answer through actions. And at that moment, their story begins again.